Tame. Catherine Avery, your neurozesty coach here, digital clutter tamer. About to talk about that. So today I want to talk about why digital clutter feels so overwhelming. Forgot to mention this is the shift show. In case you were wondering, we're going to shift digital clutter a bit today, right? Especially when you have ADHD, digital clutter is overwhelming. So now, if you've ever opened your desktop and thought, what even is all this stuff? I want you to know you're not alone. You might have screenshots, downloads, folder named miscellaneous or new folder 2 or 6 or 7. Sound familiar? You don't even want to look at your inbox, let alone open it. And yet you still expect yourself to be focused, creative, productive. And it's just not happening. So let's talk about why. Spoiler alert, even though you tell yourself this, it's not because you're lazy or disorganized. For ADHD brains, digital clutter isn't just visual noise, it's mental static. I would say everything holds energy. That's even true in your digital. Every file, every tab, every email you haven't read yet, it's demand on your brain. It's like you have it floating around in the background. I know because this happens to me. And our brains, they're already doing a lot. Like we're thinking overtime, right? So let's break it down. Here are a few reasons digital clutter is so incredibly overwhelming when you have ADHD or you're neurozesty. First of all, working memory overload. We don't just see clutter, we actually hold it in our heads, right? It's draining our energy and it's taking time out of our brains. That's not really exactly right, but ADHD makes your working memory more limited. So instead of saying to yourself, I'll just remember where I saved that, it's more like, well, I had a thought and now it's gone forever. So we leave stuff where we can see it, and that includes saving random things to the desktop. We keep all the tabs open. I am the queen of 50 tabs open because we're trying not to lose anything. But then we feel absolutely overwhelmed, buried in all of this stuff. Second, time blindness. You think to yourself, I'll just clean this up later. But ADHD and later don't really mix. And before you know it, 10 months have passed. Your downloads folder is a graveyard of forgotten documents. Like, where is that thing? Typing in words to try to find it, right? When we struggle to estimate how long things actually take, we're sure that the really tough things are going to take super long. So we don't start or restart, and then we hyper focus until we completely burn out, which means now we're going to avoid doing it again next time, right? I'm sure this is sounding familiar to you. Third, we have a perfectionistic streak and a fear of loss. So you might be afraid to move or delete things because what if you need it again? What if you can't find it later? I can't tell you how often I'm in ChatGPT saying, can you help me find X, whatever it is? And so we leave it and we save it just in case. And we tell ourselves, I'll figure it out soon. Well, back to that time blindness thing, right? There is no later, there is no soon. There's now and not now in the ADHD brain. So that pile of stuff, and in this case, I'm talking about a digital pile, it grows. Your brain starts spinning every time you open your computer. It just kind of like can come to dread it, right? Here's where it gets really tough. Because as the mess builds up, in comes the shame spiral. When I say that, I think like Enter the Sandman. Anyway, our rejection sensitivity gets in the way and makes it so much harder. So you might start thinking things like this. I should, hate the word should, I should be able to keep this organized. Why can't I find anything? Maybe I'm just messy, lazy, crazy, stupid, all those words we say, but you're not. You're not lazy, stupid, or crazy. You're not broken. Your brain's not broken. You're not bad at being an adult, right? How often do we say like, oh, I'm so bad at adulting? You just haven't been taught how to organize your digital world in a way that actually works for your brain. And that's what I want to change. Here's the good news. You don't need a fancy system. You don't need a 12-hour declutter day. I don't know about you all, but I am not doing everything in one day. You don't need a whole new stack of different kinds of technology. You're going to use what you have. I'm going to beg you, don't all or nothing this. That's an ADHD thing, you know. We do it, and I know you know what I'm talking about. You just need a way to make your digital world feel safe, clear, and doable. And if this is speaking to you, I'd love to invite you to my free masterclass, which is called Files, Folders, and Focus: How to Tame Digital Overwhelm Without Fighting Your Brain. In just 1 hour, you'll discover why traditional organizing systems, including digital ones, don't work for ADHD brains, what the emotional side of digital clutter is, and how to calm that chaos that's going on digitally in your brain, you name it. And then what does work to create clarity, focus, and flow. So you don't need a brand new system or a weekend-long purge, right? Just one step, one folder, one file, one shift in how you think about it. I hope you will join me for Files, Folders, and Focus and start clearing the fog in the way. We're going to finally find something that really works for you. I've included the QR code just below, and I'll make sure to put the link in the comments. I really hope you can join me for this. This is a chance for you to shift how you look at your digital clutter, to give yourself some grace so that you're not beating yourself up, that you aren't doing it right. Come join me Monday, July 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for the Files Folder Focus Masterclass. I hope to see you there.